Guys, being a personal trainer for the past 7 years, I'm going to reveal to you the most attractive physique to a woman. That physique is an athletic, aesthetic physique with muscle mass that is 15% body fat or below. That is the most attractive physique to majority of women. Think Fight Club. Think Baki, but without the fucking steroids. Think of that physique. Good, broad shoulders, arms, abs. You don't have to look like a bodybuilder. You don't have to look like you can barely fit through a door. That's not attractive to majority of women. You need to have muscle mass, right? You need to have muscle mass, but you need to be lean. And you need to be athletic and aesthetic. You need to be able to move. That's why the bodybuilder physique is not attractive at all, because most of these guys can barely move laterally without being out of breath. They can move 10 feet laterally and then they're already heaving. You don't want to be that guy. Not even for women, just in health and life. You don't want to be a guy who is so big, so muscular, or just overweight and you can barely breathe. We're thinking longevity. We're thinking about our life. We're thinking about the actual application of what this is. It's not just about, oh, let me get fucking huge and then I can barely move. Like, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be stiff as a brick. Unless you're actually competing, and I mean like you're professionally competing. There's no reason to be a bodybuilder whatsoever at all. But the athletic, aesthetic physique with muscle mass that is 15% body fat or below is the most attractive physique by far. You add that in with a great personality, because a lot of guys will say, oh, well, I know guys who are skinny or, fat or big or whatever it is, and they attract women. Well, yeah, there's a lot of parts that go into attracting women, guys. Muscle is not the end all be all. If anything, it's a small part, but it is a big part as well, because these women who have these husbands now or whatever, they might have a dad bod, they might be like 30% body fat, but they probably make a fuck ton of money. And I promise you, if you look at the guys this woman was with in her early 20s before she was married, they probably did not look like this guy at all. They probably were some college football player or basketball player, or just a guy that was in the gym training lean, athletic physique. That's it. All women find this attractive. Well, majority, I would say, 98% of women find this attractive. They might not tell you to your face, they probably won't, but they look at guys and they are objective as well. They are not as objective as men physically, because again, their language is security. They want security at the end of the day. They want security. So that's why you will see them with guys who are not in shape, because those guys offer security. They might have a great personality as well. But I'm telling you guys, if you can add in every single aspect of what I'm talking about, the security, financially, emotionally, the physique, and you got a great personality, it's like you have every single infinity stone. It's like you're literally unstoppable, and you're the catch. That is the most attractive physique to women. I've seen guys, again, who are skinny, barely any muscle mass, fat. Yeah, of course they attract women because they have something to offer. You have to have something to offer at the end of the day. But, when you got so much muscle mass and you hide behind that, or how big you are, women do not care about that shit at all, as much as you guys might think. They just don't. They don't. I see guys all the time that I've worked with at the gym, one right now that I have in mind, who doesn't have that much muscle mass, to be honest. He's about 160 pounds, He's got some muscle, but he's not like, you know, crazy big or anything like that. But he has a great personality. And not just women, but people gravitate towards him. So, you know, you have to work on every single aspect as a man. You cannot be, you know, a bodybuilder and have no personality. You cannot be fucking athletic, aesthetic, 15% sub body fat, have no money. Like, you need to have everything. You need to have the money, the physique, the personality, and, you know, the emotional stability to be able to handle a woman, right? You need to have it all. Not having one thing, it's like you're literally leaving so much on the table that you have no idea, you have no concept of what this is. But training hundreds of guys the past 7 years, I can attest and affirm that when a skinny man or a fat guy, when they get in shape, when they get to that 20%, 15% body fat, or, you know, they put on that 20, 30 pounds of muscle mass, it changes your life forever. It changes the way people treat you. It changes the way that you see the world forever. You will never not be able to have this perception of life, and it will benefit you. I promise you. You will feel so much better. And again, guys, don't get fucking too big and feel like you gotta have, you know, you gotta be big, I gotta be big. You don't have to be so big. Just put on, have some nice shoulders, have some nice arms, have a six-pack, be below 15% body fat, and you'll be good. And work on every single aspect of your life, and you will become unstoppable. This is John Who the Only. I'm sending blessings always. Peace.